yes, you can pass your math test. Okay, understand that, here you find the list of formulas you need for the math test. But it's not to memorize anything because they will provide this to you. But it's very important to be familiar with the formulas, which is to know how to use them. Okay, question number 1. Do the following length form a right triangle? Pause the video, challenge yourself. But I can tell you right away that the correct choice is B. No. So that looks like you have a right triangle here, but it's not. How to check? Use that particular theorem. Okay. So what that theorem said? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. If this is a right triangle, that's what you're gonna have. And that C is the hypotenuse. So C is this one, the hypotenuse. Okay. So we're gonna do 9 squared plus 4 squared to C. So question mark if this is 12 squared. So 9 squared is 81. 4 squared is 16. Can we say that this is 144? 12 squared is 144. 12 times 12. 4 squared, 4 times 4. 9 squared, 9 times 9. Okay, if you add this, you get 97. But 97, is it equal to 144? No. That's why this is not a right triangle. Okay, the next question. What is a possible slope of line Y? This is another challenge question. Again, you can challenge yourself. You stop, you pause the video, and you solve it before you continue. But again, know that the correct choice is D, -2. Okay, the first thing to understand, this is a line going down. So always when you see a line and you want to see if it's going down or going up, read this from left to right. Okay, from left to right, you see that this is something going down. So the slope of that line going down will be negative. Therefore, B is out, D is out, because B and C, they have a positive value. Now we are between A and D. So for that, try to figure out, points on the line. So I can take one point, here, put it the origin. Okay, I'll try to find another point, but to make it nice, let's take a point where the x coordinate is 1. Okay, so the point is here on the line. So we need to figure out the y value. Okay, I can assume that the y value will be -2. Yeah, so because this is -1 here, -2. Okay, so therefore, move from one point to another point. So rise over run. That is, one of the formulas to find the slope. Rise over run from one point to the other point. So if I want to move from here to the origin, so I have to move vertically first, which is the rise. So vertically, I have to move like this, 1, 2. So vertically, I move 2. So +2 because I move up 2 units. And from there, vertically 2, now I have to move to the left, 1. Okay, so 1 to the left is -1. So this gives you -2. Or even if you try to move from the red point to the blue point, from the red point, you have to move down 2. So 1, 2, which is that down 2 means -2. And from there, you move right once means +1. And that gives the same -2. The reason D is the correct choice. Question number 3. A deck of 12 cards is marked with the following symbols. If a card is chosen at random, what's the probability of selecting a diamond? Okay, the first thing to do here is to count. How many cards do you have? We have 12. Okay, they already give you this. Now, how many cards are diamond? So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the probability here, P, is just to take a 6 out of 12. If you reduce it, you get to 1 over 2. Reduce here means you divide 6 by 6, you get to 1. 12 by 6, you get to 2. So this 1 over 2, which is a half, is same as 50% here. So 50%, 50, 50, half, half. Okay. So the correct choice here is C. Question number 4. Which of the following equation has as its graph a line with slope 4? So we're going to use this formula y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope. Okay, so we need to see if you write all this equation, in that form, which one has 4 as the coefficient of x, which is going to be the slope. Okay, but we can do something here. Every time you see this 4 with the y, like in A and also in C, okay, solving for y, which is to isolate. Okay, solving for y, we not have 4x, gonna be x divided by 4. Yeah, solving for y in A and the solving for y in C, we're gonna have x divided by 4, because to isolate that y, we need to divide the equation, the entire equation, by 4, 4, 4. So in that case, we're gonna have x divided by 4. It's not what we want, but we want 4x. So the answer probably gonna be between the B and the D. Okay, for that, let's take a B. If you take a B, choice B, right? We have a 4x is equal to y plus 7. To isolate y here, we need to subtract 7. So we're going to have a 4x minus 7 is equal to y, which is similar to say y equals 4x minus 7. So you see, the coefficient here for x is 4. That is the slope. So we have a y equals ms plus b, where b here is negative 7 and the m is 4. The correct choice is that B. Yeah. Now, if you want to do it for D, let's see what's going to happen. In D, to isolate y, I need to subtract 4x. Subtract 4x. In that case, you're going to have y alone is equal to the negative 4x plus 7. Okay, so the slope is going to be negative 4, but they say 4. So D is not the correct choice. Question number 5. Based on the table below, when x is 5, y will equal, another challenge question. Okay, so I can tell you that the answer here is B. I'm going to solve this question, using 2 different methods. The first method is this. So I have a negative 1. In the x column, I have a negative 1, 0, 1, 2. So I can say 3 here. Okay, 4 and 5. Let's see what's going to happen. Now, if you check this closely, you see that from 3 to 1 is like they do minus 2. From 1 to negative 1, they do again minus 2. From negative 1 to 3, they do minus 2. So that means what? From this negative 3 to the next number, I have to do minus 2. So that will give me minus 5 here. If I continue, okay, minus 2, I get minus 7. And the last one, again, minus 2, give me minus 9, which is the answer here for B. But the question we're going to ask is this. Suppose they say to find, the value of y when x is 100. When x is 100. So are we going to waste time to do this one by one by one until we reach 100 for x? No. Okay, so the other method is to find the equation of this line. So we're going to find the equation. And we're going to use this from y equals mx plus b. Understand that what we have in the table here represents a point. So if I take this is a point where the x value is negative 1 and the y value is 3. If I take this is a point where the x is 0 and the y is 1, and so on and so on. So therefore, I will try to find the slope for this. So the slope is the m. Okay, so the slope here, we can use change, okay, in y, okay? So change in y divided by change, that's another formula, in x. So if you see here, change in y, we have a -2, -2, -2, -2, -2. Okay, so you have a -2 divided by change in x. Look, we have a -1 to 0. It's like the other one. 0 to 1 is like the other one. 1 to 2 is like the other one, and so on. So the change in x here is 1. So -2 divided by 1 is -2. So the slope here is -2. Okay, now we need to find the b value, the y-intercept. Understand that the y-intercept is where the x value is 0. So on this table, you see here for the blue, when x is 0, we have 1. So the y-intercept is 1. Therefore, the equation I'm looking for will be what? Let's write it over here. We're going to have y is equal to -2x plus 1. Again, the y-intercept is where the x value is 0. That's where the line crosses the y-axis. Okay, so that's the equation of the line whose values we have it here in the table. Therefore, if they ask me to find the y value when x is 5, I'll do this. I will replace x by 5 in the equation. So I'm going to have a y is equal to -2 multiplied by 5 plus 1. Okay, -2 multiplied by 5 is -10 plus 1. And -10 plus 1 is -9. So we get the same answer, which is B. Yeah, that's the second method. The next question, question number 6. What is the zeros of the function? Keyword here, zeros, zeros, zeros. Okay, when they ask you to find the zeros, they want to know for what value of x, okay, f of x is 0. That means what? What value you're going to plug into x such that if you do the calculation, you get 0. That's the thing. So we have different choices here. But the thing is this, you can factor out, the expression, and then now you solve the equation. So that means what? We're going to set x squared plus 2x minus 24 equal to 0. Again, find the zeros here means we need to find the x values such that the equation will turn to 0 when they replace x by those values. That's why I set the expression here equal to 0 to solve for x. And now we're going to solve for x. Okay, for that, we need to factor this expression. So to factor the expression, okay, try to find two numbers. When you multiply the two numbers, you get -24. You add the same two numbers, you get what? 402, which is the middle term here. Okay, so the two numbers here will be what? 406 and -4. 406 and -4. Therefore, parenthesis, you have x 406, parenthesis x -4 equals 0. So the two numbers I found are this and this. Okay, I use there. So equal to 0. Now what we're going to do, we're going to split this in two parts. We take each part, we set it to 0. Equal to 0. Okay, this one also is equal to 0. Now we're going to solve for x, which is to subtract 6. We have x equal -6. You add the 4, you get x equals 4. So therefore, the correct choice here is what? B. So this is telling you that if you replace x by -6 or you replace x by 4, okay, you're going to get 0 when you do the calculation in the function. Okay, question number 7. They say it takes 1 bag of chocolate chips to make 72 cookies. How many bags does it take to make 18 dozen cookies? Again, that is a way, to pause the video Okay, you challenge yourself before you see the answer. Okay, to solve this question, you have to understand some of the keywords. I will tell that the answer here is A. Keyword. Look, dozen. 18 dozen. 18 dozen. Okay, so to know how many cookies we're gonna have with 18 dozen, do 18 multiplied by 12. Okay, that gives you 260. 18 dozen. Now, we're gonna set a proportion. They say here, 1 bag of chocolate chips, okay, to make 72 cookies. So 1 bag, so 1B, okay, to make what? 72 cookies. So this proportion we are making here will help us to solve for the number of bags. So I don't know yet the number of bags. I will call it X. So X bag. Okay. X bag to make what? 216. It's not to make 18 cookies, but to make 216 cookies. Okay. And I want to solve for this X. So what I will do is to cross multiply. And the cross multiply here means, okay, if I do X multiply by 72, this is same as 1 multiplied by 216. So this is telling me that to solve for X, I'm going to divide both sides by 72. Okay, so 1 multiplied by 216 is 216, and the 216 divided by 72 here is 3. Therefore, the correct answer is 8, like I said. Okay. Question number 8. They say, which of the following expression is equal to? The question looks complicated, but it's not. To do this, first of all, try to simplify the numerator, what we have on top. Okay. Therefore, we're going to have 2z squared minus 12z plus 2z. What I'm doing here is to distribute 2 to z and 4. So we're going to have a plus 8 minus 8, everything divided by 2z. Okay, understand that the 2 here in front of the parentheses is multiply z and 4 inside. Therefore, look, we have positive 8 and negative 8 cancel out. We can combine this. This is like them. So we're going to have a 2z squared minus 10z, everything divided by 2z. Okay, it's not done yet. Now, we can split this fraction in 2. That means what? You can take a 2z squared divided by 2z minus 10z divided by 2z. Understand that, okay? This denominator, 2z, is for both 2z squared and the negative 10z. That's why when I split, I have a 2z for each fraction denominator. Now, what is 2z squared divided by z? That gives you z. So we're going to have z, okay, from here. Because 2z squared means 2 times z again. Okay, so minus, what is 10z divided by 2z? That gives you 5. So the correct choice here. Okay, question number 9. So you have to understand that this is a circle, right? So Melody is making a spinner with a 12-inch diameter for a game. She will divide the following spinner, okay, into section, like we see here. What is the area in square inches of section C? So we want to focus on section C. A general formula is this, okay? you're going to have area of the entire circle. Okay, area of entire circle divided by 3. 60, because the entire circle is still 60 degrees. Okay, this is equal to area of the section C divided by 45. Okay, that's the general formula. So I'm going to solve this problem, in 2 different ways. Okay, so understand that area of a circle here is what? So area of a circle A equals pi r squared. Area of a circle A equals pi r squared. They give you the diameter. So to find the radius, r represents the radius. To find the radius, we divide the diameter by 2. So the radius here, r, is equal to 12 divided by 2, which is 6. So the area we are looking for the entire circle is pi multiplied by 6 squared, which is 36 pi. But this is not yet the answer. Okay, so this is telling that if you have a 36 pi divided by 360, this is same as the area of a C, so I can call that just C, divided by 45 degrees. So to solve for that C, again, we're going to cross multiply. So that means what? C is 36 pi multiplied by 45, everything divided by 360. And if you do the calculation here, understand that pi will be in the answer. So pi is 3.14, but we will not replace pi here by 3.14. We're going to leave pi in the answer. So if you do that, you get 4.5 pi. That is one of the methods if you want to follow, the general formula. Now, another method which I think, will be simple for you to understand. So let's redo that. So let's take away all of this. Another method is that you find the area of the entire circle. Okay, and the area of the entire circle here, like we said before, that A, which is pi r squared, which is 5 times 6 squared, which is 36 pi. Okay, now if you take the circle, they say here 45 degrees for section C. Do you know that for the entire circle we have a 4 quadrants, and each quadrant we have a 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Okay, now to have 45, do you know that to divide 90 degrees by 2? Okay, also by 2, by 2, by 2. So how many 45 degrees we have in total? We have 8 45 degrees. We have 8 45 degrees. 45 degrees 8 times. So this is 145 degrees. Okay, the second one. Okay, the third one. You continue, you have 8. Now, if you know the entire circle, the area is 36 pi. To find the area for 45 degrees is to take 36 pi, be divided by 8. And you're going to get the same answer, 4.5, the symbol of pi. So the correct choice is B. Question number 10. Lamp depot, okay, has 2 stores. They say the graph shows the sales data from the 2 stores. What is the total number of cells? Total number of cells at both stores in week 6. So let's understand this graph. What we have here represent the weeks. So like a week 1, week 2, week 3, and so on to week 8. What we have here represent number of cells. Okay, so they want to know the total number of cells for week 8. Week 6. So first of all, we need to locate that week 6, which is this one. Okay, now for the two stores, we want to see how many cells they made. So you project this to each line representing the store. So the first one here, you'll see that approximately, the number of cell is 340. So I take a 340. Again, you project to the graph, and you find the y value or the number of cells related to the points on the graph. You continue, okay? So approximately we are there. And what is the number of cells? So here we are between 380 and 400. So that means we're going to be 390. Because from 380 to 400, we have 20 cells. So divide by 2 give you 10, and that 10 added to 380 give you 390. Okay, so now if you add all of this, okay, you get 730. So the correct choice is D. Question 11. Wow, they say no calculator. So that means why you need to do this calculation without a calculator. So 2.6, so 22.6, okay, multiplied by 8.2. Okay, for multiplication between decimal, is not mandatory to line up the decimal point. No, it doesn't matter. Okay, so to do this calculation, I will do it from right side to left side. So I know that, there are many methods. People learn different methods. But what we want here is to get the correct choice, the correct answer, not choice, but the correct answer. So what is 2 multiplied by 6? That's the way I start. 2 multiplied by 6 is 12. I write 2 and I carry 1. You continue. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. You continue. 2 multiplied by the other 2 is 4. Okay. After that, I have to hold the place. Okay. So I will not use this place. I put 0 there. Now, I continue. And this time I'm going to take 8. And 8 times 6 is 48. So I have 8. I'm going to carry 4. Okay, so I'm going here. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 plus 4 is 20. I write 0 and I carry 2. 8 times the other 2, 16. 16 plus 2 is 18. And I write the entire 18 there. Now I'm going to do the sum, which is the addition between this. So 2 plus 0 is 2. 5 plus 8, 13. 3, and I carry 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 0 is 5. I have 8. I have a 1. It's not done yet. Now we need to place the decimal. So to do that, you count. How many decimal place we have here? 1. Also here, 1. In total, we have a 2. So that means why you count from here. 1, 2. So the decimal would be here. You see? So the answer to this question is 185.32. Again, there are different methods, but what we want is the correct answer. Question number 12. Find the measure for the unknown angle in the following triangle. So look, the unknown angle is here. Okay. So for question 12, again, you can stop, pause the video, you challenge yourself before you continue. But I can tell right away that the answer is D. Understand that in any triangle, the sum of the three angles is 180. So to find this missing angle, first of all, add, okay, 50 to 65. We get to 115. Now subtract, so we're gonna do 180 minus 115. you get 65. The correct choice here is D. Question 13. No calculator, so define the area of the following. Okay, trapezoid. And this is the formula here we're gonna use. But we need to know what is the height. The height here is this, and that's the same as the 4 we have here. What is the base? So B1 represents base 1, which is 6 on top. What is base 2? Be careful. Don't say base 2 is 6. Don't say that. Don't say base 2 is 6. No. Base 2 is not 6. Look, the 6 is this side. And that makes sense because what? We cannot have a 6 here. And now the entire base here gonna be 6. No. The 6 is just a part. So this is 6. Now what is this side? It's again 6, which you have on top. Because what you have here represents a little rectangle. Okay, so the other base is to add a 6 to 6 to get to 12. So applying the formula, I'm going to have 8, which is 1 over 2. Okay, h multiplied by h, b1 plus b2. So that gives me 1 over 2 multiplied by the h here is 4. Okay, multiplied by b1 is 6 plus b2. b2 is 12. So this is same as 1 over 2 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 18. So out of operation, I need to add the 6 to 12 to get 18. They say no calculator, right? Okay. So now let's see what's going to happen. Every time you have a 1 over 2 multiplied by a number, that means take that number divided by 2. So 1 over 2 multiplied by 4 means 4 divided by 2, which is 2. And the 2 multiplied by 18 give you what? 36. So the area here is 36 square units. Okay, they don't give it a unit, but it's 36 square unit. We continue. Question 14. Choose what type of slope. We don't need to, think about it. This is a line going down. How I know? Okay, from left to right. Okay, left to right. How this line is moving? The line is moving down. So because it's a line going down, the slope is negative. Thank you. Question 15. They say if 1 over 8 is equal to 2 over x, then x is equal to, nothing to do here, is just to cross multiply. So this is telling that if you do 1 multiplied by x, this is same as 8 multiplied by 2. So x is equal to 16. That's it. Yeah. Question 16. A restaurant is at 75% capacity with 120 patrons. Okay, 75%. That is the 75%. Okay, and that corresponded to 120. How many people are in the restaurant when it is at 100% capacity? So we're gonna set a proportion here, and that proportion is what? 75 over 100. So 75%, that means over 100, okay, is equal to the 120. That 120 is related to that 75% divided by, okay, the full capacity. The full capacity here, we're gonna call it base. So the 120 here is a part. So a part of a base is that 75%. And we know the part which is 120, and we want to find the base here. Okay, do you know that I can solve this as 75 over 100 is equal to 120 over x, and they're gonna figure out that x value. So again, we're gonna cross multiply. We're gonna cross multiply. So this is telling me that if I multiply 75 by x, which is 75x, this gives me 120 multiplied by 100. So 100 multiplied by 120. So to solve for x, I'm gonna divide everything here by 75. So this will cross out. And if you do the operation on this side, you get x equals, so with a calculator, okay, you're gonna get x equals 160. So the correct choice here is C. Okay, we continue. 17, they say, what is the slope of line C? Again, you don't need to think about it. No, the answer is just C. Every time you see horizontal line, C is the horizontal line. Every time you see the horizontal line, the slope is 0. That's it. Question 18. Write the correct comparison symbol. Okay, we have three symbols here. We have this one, we call it is greater than. This one, we call it is less than. And this one is equal. So we want to know which one we can use here. Understand that for the two numbers, we have a 2-digit after the decimal. Here we have a 3-digit after the decimal. So can we write this number to have the same amount of digit after the decimal? Yes. So that will be 0.500. So I put one more 0. Okay. And here I have 0.050. Now what we're going to do is this. If you see, okay, we have here 0, 0. So the comparison here is between this and this. Now, if you compare 500 and 050, which one is bigger or lower? Okay, so you see that 500 is bigger than 050, which is 50. So we're going to use this symbol is greater than. The correct choice is B. Question 19. Okay, question 19, I can tell you right away that the correct choice here is C, 26. So how to solve it? We have a two fraction here. Okay, so this is like a proportion. We're going to solve for x, we're going to cross multiply. Yes, every time you have a proportion, that's the way you solve for the unknown. So this tells you that you're going to take x minus 8, you multiply by 4, which is same as the 4 multiplied by x minus 8. I put x minus 8 in a parenthesis because it's not a one term, it's two terms. So to avoid mistake, do 4 multiplied by x minus 8, put the x minus 8 in the parenthesis. So this is equal to 24 multiplied by 3. Okay, to go fast, I will try to divide both sides by 4. Yeah, there is another method I can use, which is to distribute the 4 to x minus 8. So I'm going to multiply 4 by x and 4 by negative 8. But, to make it simple and quick, you have to divide both sides by 4. Now, what will happen? You have x minus 8 is equal to, do you know that we can divide 24 by 4 to get a 6? And then we multiply this 6 by 3. So this is telling that x minus 8 is equal to 18. And how to solve for x? We're going to add 8 on both sides. And do that. Okay, let's go here. We're going to have x minus 8, which is 18. We add 8. We add 8. So gone. We have x is equal to 26. Yeah. Okay. Question 20. The diagram below shows a coordinate grid. What are the coordinates of the point where the graph of y equals negative 4x plus 8 intersects the x-axis? Yes, key information, intersect the x-axis. So intersect x-axis means here y is 0. So that means what? You're going to have negative 4x plus 8 is equal to 0. We replace the y by 0. And you're going to solve for x. Okay, but before I continue, I know that C and D are not the correct choice because to have a y0, it has to be maybe choice A or choice B because the second value in the parentheses represents the y. Now, having negative 4x plus 8 equals 0, to solve for x, I'm going to subtract 8 on both sides. So I have negative 4x is equal to negative 8. Okay, therefore, I will divide everything here by negative 4. So I will have x is equal to negative 8 divided by negative 4. And that gives me positive 2. So x is 2, but it's going to be somewhere here. And the y is 0. So the point is somewhere here. Now the correct choice is here. Yeah. So x is 2 and the y is 0. Now, question 21. What is the area in square feet of the shape? Okay. Let's check something. I can continue, to make the shape like this. Okay. So I have, a big square and a little rectangle. What I mean by big square or large square? This is 70 here. Okay. Now, what is this side? Is also 70. This is 70 here. How I know? Okay, let's tell you that we have a 40 here. Okay, and we have a 30 here. So 30 and the 40 give you 70. Okay, the bottom also 70. How I know? Okay, the thing is this. The top is 70. So that means the entire bottom is 70. But the 50 we are seeing here, the 50 is just this side. But the entire will be 70. So if you take the entire here, it's going to be 70. So I have also here 70. So we have a large square and a little rectangle. The little rectangle is what I'm highlighting here in yellow. And that little rectangle have a dimension as what? 40. The top here will be what? 20. Again, how I know? So understand that if this entire side here is 70, but this side is 50, that means the leftover is 20. So 20 on top, 20 bottom, 40 here, and also 40 here. So to find the area of the shape, so let's use something, okay, green. So it's like I want to find the area of, this green side. Yeah, that is the original shape. I want to find the area for this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to find the area of the entire shape. I mean by entire shape, you can put this one, this one, this one, this one. So which is a square. So the area for that square is side multiplied by side. So 70 multiplied by 70, which is what? 490. 4,900, sorry. So 70 times 470 gives me 4,900 or 4,900. Okay. Now I will find the area of the small rectangle here, which is length times width. So that will be 40 multiplied by 20, and I get what? 800. So 800. Now the area of that green part, which is the thing we need to find, is to do the subtraction between the large area and the small area. So we do this, you get 4,100. The correct choice is D. So this is one of the methods, you can use to find the area. Okay, question 22. What is the value of x in the following figure? Understand that this symbol here means that you have 90 degrees. Okay. Now, if you have one moment, let's check something. Perfect. Good. If you have 90 degree, okay, and this is 62, to find x is to do 90 minus 62, and you get 28 degrees. So press A. 23. Which of the following expression is equal to 6 minus 4 parentheses x plus 3? Please, order of operation, don't do 6 minus 4 to say you're going to have a 2 here. No. Instead, what we need to do, we take a 6 Okay, we distribute this. So negative 4 times x is negative 4x. The same negative 4 times positive 3 give you negative 12. Okay, after that, we're going to combine like terms. In like terms, we have a 6 and negative 12, right? So we keep the negative 4x, and now 6 minus 12 is negative 6. So the correct answer here is D. Question 24. Okay, for this question 24, it's a little bit tricky. Let us the moment again to pause the video, challenge yourself before you continue. Which graph represents the inequality? So let's isolate, okay, x in this. So having 0 is less than x minus 2. To isolate x, I have to add the 2 on both sides. So I have a 2 is less than x. This is tricky. 2 is less than x, right? So I'm looking for numbers such that 2 is less than those numbers. So x, take the value like 3, because 2 is less than 3. X will take a 4, because 2 is less than 4. X to take 5, 6, 7, and so on. Okay, so this is telling me that the correct choice will be B. Yes. Yeah. Please don't think like, oh, the arrow is pointing to the left side. So it has to be something like A. No, no, not like that. Not like that. Now, if you want to follow the direction of the arrow, you have to make sure that the X comes first. In that case, you rewrite this. X is greater than 2. So it's the same thing. 2 is less than X means X is greater than 2. For example, if I say 2, okay, let's take money, $2, okay, less than $3, which is true. So we say 2 is less than 3. Perfect, right? But if I want to reverse it, if I say 3 first, it's not anymore less than, it will be greater than 2. So if you reverse it, you switch, the symbol. So you have X is greater than 2. And the correct choice is this one, B. Okay, question 25. For this question, I can tell you again that the correct choice is B. So there's a pattern here we need to see. What the pattern? They say this is first, okay, the first position, the second, the third, and fourth. Okay, so for the first position, we have a 1. The second position, we have a 3. The third one, we have a 5. The pattern here is that what? The first position, if we do 2 times 1 minus 1. So 2 times 1 is 2, 2 minus 1 is 1. Here, 2 times 2 is 4, and the 4 minus 1 gives you 3. Here, 2 times 3, okay, is 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. So 2 times the number of positions, okay? So 2 times 4 is 8, and 8 minus 1 give you 7. That means what? Position 5th, okay? The 5th position, yes. What's going to have happen is that I do 2 multiplied by 5, which is 10. 10 minus 1 is 9. So you're going to have 9 little squares there. Therefore, 25th, okay, what I'm going to have is to do 2 multiplied by 25. We get 50. And the 50 minus 1 is 49. The correct choice is B. Question 26. If the dimensions of the box below are doubled, by how many square centimeters does the surface area increase? Doubled. Okay. First of all, what is the surface area, with this dimension? We're going to have a 3 times 3. So for one surface area, we have 9 square centimeter. But how many surface areas we have for this cube? 6 of them. We can label. Okay, on top you have a 1 surface, so the 2 is the bottom. On side we have a 3 here, 4 here. Okay, front we have a 5, and the back we have 6. Okay, now let's see what's gonna happen. You're gonna multiply this by 6 to get 54 square centimeter. So that 54 means the surface area for all the 6 sides. Okay, now when they say doubled, that means what? It's not anymore 3, but they're gonna be 6 centimeters. Okay, and we're gonna find the new area when it's doubled. So the new area here will be 6 times 6, which is 36 square centimeter for one side. But for all the 6 sides, you're gonna take a 6 multiplied by 36 square centimeter, and you get 216 square centimeter. Okay, now to find, because the question did say how many square centimeters does the surface area increase. Before we got what? 54, and then now we got 216. So we want to know the difference, which is to take 216 square centimeter minus 54 square centimeter. And if we do this calculation, you get 162. The correct choice is C. Question 27. What is the area of the figure in square centimeters? Okay, so let's break it down. Okay, I can do this here. Okay, so you will see that what we have here is a square. Yeah. So after I break it down, I have a 5, 5. This side also is 5, and this is 5. Understand the 7 is this length. So the top, because the top is 5, if I make a square, so I'm gonna have a 5 here. Wow. So we need to find this area first, which is 5 times 5, and you get 25 square centimeter. Now we need to find the area of this little right triangle. Okay, so the little right triangle here, what will be the dimension? We have a 3 and 2. How I do that is 3. Yes. The thing is this side here is 5. But they are telling me that I have a 2 here. So that means the leftover is 3. Same thing, this is 5, but the entire length here is 7. So 5 take away from 7, you get 2. So the area of that triangle will be what? 2 multiplied by 3 divided by 2. That's the formula. So length times height divided by 2. Okay. So you have this as 3 square centimeter. You add both, you get 28 square centimeter. Question 28. The correct choice here is B. Which of the following expression is equal to this? So it's a multiplication, but you're gonna distribute. That means what? You take this, you multiply by this, and the 4ab times 3ab will give you 12a squared b squared. Understand that 4 times 3 is 12, a times a is a squared, b times b is b squared. So therefore, you'll see that d is out because I don't have a 12a squared b squared there. Even a is out. So probably we're gonna say it's between a b or c. Now, you continue, you take the same 4ab and this time you multiply by 7. Negative 7. Yes, the negative there is for 7. So that gives you what? Negative 28 AB. After that, you take 2, you multiply by 3AB. That gives you what? Positive 6 AB. After that, you take a 2 again, you multiply by negative 7. That gives you what? Negative 14. I want to understand something. I don't finish yet, but I know that in this expression, number without a variable here is negative 14, and only this one has the negative 14. So the correct choice is B. Even I don't finish yet, but I know that the correct choice is B. C, we have a positive 14. So C cannot be the correct choice for a positive 14. No good. Now, to finish the problem, we keep this 12a squared B. Okay. This one gives you negative 22ab, and now minus 14. So negative 28ab plus 6ab is like, we are do subtraction. Okay, we make a change between the 28 and the 6, we get 22, and we keep the sign from 22, which is the 28, which is the large number. So every time you want to combine two numbers with a different sign, do subtraction and keep the sign from the large number. So question 29, which is the last question. Which of the following is true? The double bar here, double bars means absolute value. So if you have a double bar like this, we read it, okay, absolute value. Okay, so every time they use that double bar for a number, that means what? The value inside will be positive. So if the value is negative, that will turn to positive. If it's a positive, that stay positive. Okay, so absolute value of A. So here, what is A value? Is negative 9. So let's rewrite it like we are doing absolute value of negative 9. Okay, and we want to say this is less than absolute value of the C value here is 7. It's not done yet. Absolute value of negative 9 give you what? Positive 9. Okay, less than absolute value of 7 is 7. Can we say that 9 is less than 7? No. Okay, so A is out. B, absolute value of D. So I will replace D by its value. D here is 0. Okay, and they say it's greater than absolute value of E. E here is negative 2. So understand the absolute value of 0 is same as 0. And can we say that 0 is greater than absolute value of negative 2 is positive 2. Is 0 greater than positive 2? No. Also out. Okay. C. C, they say negative absolute value of E. So negative absolute value of E. E here is how much? Negative 2. And they say this is less than A. A is how much? Negative 9. Okay. Let's see. So the absolute value of negative 2 gives you positive 2, but the negative sign outside stays. Also, the answer becomes again negative 2. I repeat, the absolute value of negative 2 gives you positive 2, but this negative outside stays negative. So you have a negative 2. And they say this is smaller than negative 9. No, no. Negative 2 is not smaller than negative 9. So you have to understand that every time you are going to the left side, the number is becomes smaller. So if I have a negative 2 and I go again, it becomes smaller, smaller, smaller. So negative 9 is smaller than negative 2. Negative 2 is not smaller than negative 9. So no. So that means the correct choice had to be this D. But let's check. They say negative A. So A here is negative 9. So I use this. A is negative 9, which is in parentheses, but they say negative A, which is this negative, and they say it's greater than absolute value of E. So absolute value of E is negative 2. So absolute value of negative 2, okay, plus absolute value of B. So B is 4. Is that. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. So this is equal to, this side going to turn to positive 9. Is greater than absolute value of negative 2 change it to 2 plus absolute and 4 stay 4. Okay, so here we have a 9. Okay, and in space, but let's do like this. 9 is greater than 2 plus 4 is 6. Can we say that 9 is greater than 6? Yes. So the correct choice is D, like we said it. Okay. Understand that, practice makes perfect. So continue practicing, and feel free, to share, to subscribe, to like this video. I will see you in my next video. Bye.